This is a song I wrote about 6-7 years ago when I first started playing guitar. I used to ride around in buses a lot on tour, and I learned to play this riff. This was gradually carried on and carried on and carried on, and finally I wrote a song around it. You know, something like this. This time tomorrow morning, I wonder just where I'll be. This time tomorrow morning, I wonder just where I'll be. This time tomorrow morning, I wonder just where I'll be. 'Cause I got the sheriff and his hound dogs after me. Well, this time yesterday evening, I shot away some man's life. I came home a little early and caught him messing with my wife. I know no jury would hang me for shooting such a low-down bum, but I prefer to take my chances here on the run. Now this time tomorrow morning, I wonder just where I'll be. This time tomorrow morning, I wonder just where I'll be. And this time tomorrow morning, I wonder just where I'll be. 'Cause I got the sheriff and his hound dog after me. Well, it's cold, it's dark, and I'm hungry, and my feet, they were wet and they're sore. And there ain't nothing but rain pouring down outside this freight car door. Well, I'd rather spend the rest of my life sleeping on a floor of straw than to hear the sound of silence from inside a prison door. This time tomorrow morning, well, I wonder just where I'll be. This time tomorrow morning, well, I wonder just where I'll be. And this time tomorrow morning, wonder just where I'll be. Got the sheriff and his hound dogs after me. All right. Well, it's time tomorrow morning, I wonder just where I'll be. Yes, it's time tomorrow morning, I wonder just where I'll be. At this time tomorrow morning, well, I wonder just where I'll be. I got the sheriff and his hound dogs. I said the sheriff and his hound dogs. Sheriff and his hound dogs after me. When I was 11 until I was about 16, I gave it away professionally for 2 years for school. I worked at a band called The Planets, and they really looked after me. They were guys that were then in their 30s, and had sort of really been around the traps in Australia. They played all over the place during the O'Keefe and the Cold Joy era. I was taken down with a couple of the guys that were in The Planets and introduced to Jimmy Hannon. I was about 15. And Jimmy Hannon then, I don't know if you can remember, had
Black Tea?
Saturday Date and Black Tea. Yeah, you can remember Saturday Date, which is sort of the forerunner of Countdown, you know. And he had it every Saturday afternoon. It was the only poppy show of its kind. I met John Harrigan, who was running Surf City, and I was offered a gig in New Zealand, and at 16 I found myself stuck in New Zealand for 2 months without a penny. Came back to New Zealand and lived in the Cross. I was living behind Surf City in a place called the Canberra Oriental Hotel, and I wandered over one day, and Surf City was going, and I walked in, and there was a band playing called the Aztecs. It was Vince Maloney, Colin Bajan on drums, Bluey Watson on bass.
You got up and had a blow?
And Tony somebody, I can't, not Tony Barber, somebody else. Really, those guys were all about my age, 15, 16, and there was a guy with about 25 who was running the band anyway. I got up with him and had a blow, and Harrigan heard it and said, listen, why don't we do something? We're going to put a record down. I thought, sure, you know.
John Harrigan was running Surf City then?
Yeah, he managed the place. And the thing is with Surf City was it was the only real showcase of for people in the record business, in the music business, like myself, that's been in Australia. So while you were working there, it was continually peaking because it was putting through the place like averaging about 5,000 people. Some nights on a Saturday, they were averaging thousands on, you know, Thursday, Friday and Saturday nights. Plus they were doing Saturday afternoon and Sunday nights. I mean, it was a real boom. We'd say, for instance, get a dozen songs off, and play them for 2 or 3 weeks, and we'd actually ask the crowd, which numbers do you want us to record?
You had a direct...
We had a direct contact. People would go out and we were assured of selling 10,000 copies that week, you know. And that's how it was working, Over the Rainbow. We just said, you want us to record Over the Rainbow? Yeah, bang, #1. And we were very rough and very raw and very naive and very green, but we were, in this environment, totally original. We looked different, we sounded different, our approach was different. We were 16 and 17-year-olds as opposed to the 30 and 40, 35-year-old superstars of that day.